At the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County, we have been providing comprehensive, around-the-clock services for survivors of family and intimate partner violence since 1976. Serving over 1,500 brand new survivors each year, our services include 24-hour emergency hotline that fields over 3,500 calls a year, trauma-informed individual and group counseling, legal advocacy and representation, an emergency shelter, as well as multiple transitional and independent housing options, children's counseling programs, and a growing education and prevention department. We are surrounded by heroes at DVCCC. First, we view our staff as heroes for providing our essential life-saving services 24 hours a day, even throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, assuring survivors could still access the help they needed. Our leadership promptly established procedures to assure proper sanitization and appropriate social distancing efforts to keep our staff, residents, and survivors safe and healthy. We knew that the stay-at-home orders, keeping many isolated with their abusers, could be dangerous for victims of domestic violence, and we actually saw a 15% increase in hotline calls after the order was put in place. With so many staying in our Safe House Shelter program, we knew they were at risk, so we safely and quickly relocated several families to hotels throughout the county. Staff rapidly learned new technologies to continue our quality counseling services remotely. Our dedicated legal team continued to meet with, advocate for, and represent survivors in protection from abuse cases. And our education and prevention team have encouraged our community to stay connected and are working hard to provide our evidence-based education programs virtually. We've leaned into technology as a way to engage, even developing an extensive resource guide on our website in response to COVID-19. Another example of heroic work is displayed through our strong relationship with Chester County law enforcement through our award-winning Lethality Assessment Program, or LAP. This evidence-based program assists our local law enforcement to identify victims of domestic violence who are at the greatest risk of homicide when responding to a call. Officers perform this assessment, and if a victim screens in as high danger, they call our hotline with the victim right there on the scene.
And it's a fabulous program. It connects victims and survivors to valuable resources at no cost that moves the victim from harmed to empowered. And now nearly every department utilizes the lethality screen. It's a piece of a multi-piece puzzle, but it gets victims to services quickly. And I cannot say enough about the leadership, the volunteers, the staff of the Domestic Violence Center. They are caring, they're capable, and they are driven by hearts that just want to help families in need. And I'm glad to be part of that.
Our greatest heroes are the thousands of survivors we have served over the years who found the strength to leave abusive situations and start new, healthy lives for themselves and their children. We are steadfast in our mission to provide intervention, education, outreach, advocacy, and programs to prevent, reduce, and remedy domestic violence in Chester County.